Sequel 1, The Playground Encounter. The sun beat down on the small neighborhood park as kids played tag, swung on the swings, and chased soccer balls across the grass. Among them was Jaden, a 12-year-old black boy with bright eyes, a wide smile, and an imagination that soared higher than the kites in the sky. But Jaden's fun was cut short when two older kids cornered him near the basketball court. "Yeah, right. Your dad's in the Special Forces?" one of them sneered, crossing his arms. "Stop lying, you just made that up." Jaden stood his ground, clutching his backpack. "I'm not lying. My dad really is." The boys laughed, attracting more kids who began to whisper and snicker. Just then, a police officer on patrol, Officer Daniels, strolled into the park. A heavyset man with a smug grin, Daniels often saw himself as the authority figure everyone should respect. Spotting the commotion, he ambled over. "What's going on here?" he asked, towering over Jaden. The older boy piped up. "He says his dad's some kind of Special Forces soldier." "Like that's even true," Daniels chuckled, shaking his head. "Special Forces? Kid, do you even know what that means? You think your dad's some superhero or something?" His voice carried loud enough for the crowd of kids, making them laugh harder. Jaden's cheeks burned, but he refused to look away. "He is. He's serving right now. You'll see Daniels bent down, still smirking." Sure. "And I'm the President of the United States." The other kids laughed even louder, pointing at Jaden. Daniels straightened up, brushing it off, and said, "Listen, kid. Don't make up stories. Telling tall tales won't make people respect you." Jaden's jaw tightened, his small fists clenched at his sides. He muttered under his breath, "He'll be back soon." "And you'll be sorry," Daniel smirked again and walked away, not realizing just how soon those words would come true. Sequel 2. The Arrival. The next afternoon, Jaden returned to the park, still stung from the humiliation. He kept his head low as he dribbled a basketball alone, hearing the whispers from the same kids who had laughed yesterday. "There's the liar," one of them muttered. "Special Forces dad, yeah, right." Officer Daniels was back too, leaning against his patrol car at the edge of the park, sipping coffee and chatting with a passerby. When he spotted Jaden, he shook his head with a smirk, as if the boy's very presence was amusing. But then, the sound of heavy tires crunching gravel cut through the chatter. A matte black SUV rolled slowly into the park's lot, the kind of vehicle that looked out of place in their quiet neighborhood. Its tinted windows reflected the afternoon sun as the engine rumbled low. The SUV door opened, and out stepped a tall man in full military uniform. His presence alone silenced the park. The beret, the rows of ribbons, the Special Forces insignia, all unmistakable. His boots hit the pavement with sharp precision, and his gaze was focused, commanding, and unshakable. "Dad!" Jaden shouted, his voice cracking with excitement. The boy dropped his ball and sprinted toward the soldier, throwing his arms around him. The kids who had mocked him froze. Their mouths hung open as they realized who Jaden's father truly was. But the biggest reaction came from Officer Daniels. His coffee cup slipped slightly in his hand, nearly spilling as he straightened his posture. "Wait a minute," he muttered, disbelief spreading across his face. Jaden looked back at the crowd, his chest puffed with pride. "I told you," he said firmly. The soldier's eyes shifted from his son to the stunned officer. His jaw tightened ever so slightly. He didn't need to say a word yet. His very presence demanded respect. And for the first time, Officer Daniels didn't have anything smart to say. Sequel 3. The Truth Revealed. The park was silent, every eye fixed on the man in uniform. Jaden's father stood tall, the sun glinting off the medals on his chest. His presence radiated authority, the kind that couldn't be faked or questioned. Officer Daniels finally stepped forward, clearing his throat nervously. Sir, I didn't realize you were—" The soldier's eyes locked on him, sharp and unyielding. "Didn't realize I was what?" His tone was calm, but carried the weight of command. Daniels fumbled, glancing at the crowd. I didn't think the boy was serious. Kids exaggerate sometimes. Jaden's father crouched down to his son's level, placing a steady hand on his shoulder. You told them the truth, didn't you? Jaden nodded, his voice steady. I did, Dad. They didn't believe me. He laughed at me. The soldier rose again, turning to face Daniels fully. You laughed at my son for being proud of me? You made him out to be a liar in front of his friends? Daniels opened his mouth, but no words came. The smug grin was gone. The soldier stepped closer, boots pounding the pavement. You demand respect from these kids, but when a boy shows pride in his family, you mock him? That's not respect. It's abuse of your badge. Whispers spread through the crowd. Parents shook their heads. The same kids who mocked Jaden now shrank back in guilt. Daniels swallowed. I didn't mean... Save it, the soldier cut in, voice hard as steel. Men like me fight so children like my son can walk free and proud. The least you can do is honor that he wrapped an arm around Jaden and headed for the SUV. Before climbing in, he looked back. Next time, think twice before you laugh. You never know who's standing behind them. The SUV roared to life. The crowd clapped, and Jaden sat tall beside his father, vindicated. Daniels was left in silence, his authority broken, his smirk gone. That day, the truth needed no defense. It spoke for itself.